Alrighty, YouTube. This is Chanty6 here, bringing you a Pokemon Showdown battle. I haven't recorded anything in a really long time. I just haven't really gotten around to it. But I've been playing Pokemon Showdown a lot lately, so I decided to maybe bring you a battle, and it'll probably wind up being a double header. I had these two battles here probably an hour or two ago, so I'll go right ahead and bring you guys the battle. So the first one is against, I'm not sure, Euphoria. As you see here, it's an NU battle, and I'm just setting up my Toxic Spikes here with this Ariados that has the Focus Sash, so normally I only get up one set, but here I get up two because he decides to set up his own Stealth Rocks. And after we both set up our hazards, I go for the Protect to see if he's going to switch up moves, maybe predicting my switch, and he does not. So I just go for the Sucker Punch to get off some damage before I am done. Before I die, he kills me off the Lava Plume, and I send up my Gardevoir. This is a dual screening set with Light Screen and Reflect, and I think it has the Memento as well as the Psychic, so I'm not completely taunt bait. Here it's a bit laggy, but hopefully that'll get better. I go for both my screens as he goes for Lava Plume and then the Roar, and I get dragged out into my Ditto, just a standard choice Scarf Ditto. Since he still has his Camera Up out and it has Stealth Rocks, I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rocks as nobody on my team gets access to Stealth Rocks. So here I switch back out into Gardevoir, which I think he predicts, and goes for the Roar and brings me into the Leafeon. Normally I would be scared of the Lava Plume, but I have both screens up, so that does a relatively small amount of damage, but unfortunately I get burned. But this is a defensive Leafeon with support set. It has Wish, Roar, Heal Bell, and Leaf Blade. So I just go for the Heal Bell here to get rid of my burn. And here I'm not sure. I think he predicts me to go for the Leaf Blade, which that was fairly obvious. So I go for the Wish to get my HP back up to full. I don't have Protect here, but most people predict you go for Protect right after you go for the Wish anyways. And as you see there, he predicts me to go for the Protect and goes for the Swords Dance. I just roar him out because I do not want him to start setting up. So I roar him back out into Camera Up as my Light Screen wears off. So I go out into Ditto to transform into Camera Up and resist a hit and maybe get off an Earthquake or two. I'm quite surprised here actually because he actually goes first with the Earth Power and kills me off. So I lose my Ditto there, and he is up 6-4. So I think this is as good a time as any to switch into my Rampardos. This is the Choice Banded set, so that is easily going to take out that Camera Up from that range of health. I go for the Head Smash at the Stab, base 150, coming off 252 attack, Adamant. This thing really wrecks anything it gets a chance to attack, but it's so slow it doesn't normally get to. So he brings in his Rampardos, and I predict him to go for the Stab move, of course, so I switch into Leafeon, who resists it and is physically defensive. And here he switches out into Glaceon, and so I switch out into my sort of special wall. I don't really have a special wall, but Gardevoir has pretty respectable base 80. I don't know, I feel like it's higher, but pretty good special defense. And since I know Glaceon has monstrous special attack, I go for the Light Screen first off the bat, and then I switch out not wanting to take another one into Leafeon, knowing that with the Light Screen up that it will not do very much. He predicts me again to go for the Leaf Blade, but I just want to keep my Leafeon alive as much as possible, so I go for the Wish again. As he goes for the turn, it does not do very much. It does a respectable amount, but not enough to take me out as I go for the Roar, and unfortunately for him, I bring up his Glaceon, which is weak to the Stealth Rock, as I get back up to about 70% HP. He goes for the Ice Beam, and I expected to take this maybe a bit better than I did, seeing as how I fainted, so now my physical wall is out. And yeah, so but his Glaceon dies to the poison after the turn is ended, and he switches out, or he brings out Kingler as I go for my Pikachu. This is just the substitute Encore 2 attack with the Light Ball, and I set up a substitute here, thinking that he might go for the Swords Dance, but if he does, I could just Encore him into it. And then he takes out my substitute and keeps going for return, so he's not going to set up, but I think he's at a low enough range here that I can kill him off with a Hidden Power Ice, and that I do. And here he brings in Miltank, and I don't know if he's going to be the support set or the attacking set with Curse, so I just go for the substitute, maybe thinking he will set up, but he goes for the Heal Bell, so I just go for the Encore. Get the so maybe if I can get a safe switch, or yeah, get the safe switch into Rampardos, because nothing wants to take any attack really from this, because of the choice band. And he brings in Frillish here, and since I have yet to lock myself into anything, I just go for the Crunch, which is going to be super effective on the Frillish, and that is a dead Frillish. And then he brings in Miltank, which is going to get Toxic again. And I totally lost my train of thought here. Oh, I switch into Gardevoir, I think, to set up either a Reflect. No, I go for the Memento, making sure that he has a lowered attack and special attack. Whatever attacks he does want to go for will be vegan. And as he goes for the heal to get rid of his Toxic. So now he's at -2 special attack, -2 attack. So I go in with Pikachu and go for the Encore, and he has the Heal Bell. So now he's locked in a Heal Bell, and he can't recover or any of those moves, as I just go for Thunderbolt, and that actually does more than I thought. I figured he'd be more specially defensive, but I guess this may be his physical defensive wall, seeing as how he's Frillish, and that kills him off in to 2-hit KO. So here I have another battle versus some other guy with just a Smogon Battle Finder. No, not Battle Finder, but the just off the random Battle Finder. And here I'm on the other side. Before I was on the side closest to you, but now I'm on the side opposite. And I lead off my Ariados again, as he leads off with his Executor, which I find a bit weird that he stayed in. But now I see he is the annoying Harvest, Citrus Berry, Sub Protect set. So he just goes for the substitute right off the bat, as I almost take him out with the X-Scissor, but it doesn't do quite enough as he eats his Citrus Berry to come back up, and I'm a bit behind. So he's just going for annoying Sub Protect shenanigans, as I keep going for X-Scissor, not wanting this thing to be behind a sub when I switch in again, because Executor behind a sub is quite annoying, as he finally goes for Leech Seed, allowing me to get off a... No, he had a substitute, so now I just predict his Protect and just go for Toxic Spikes to get them up. I see how he has an Arbok there in the wings, knowing that I can come in anytime and take the Toxic Spikes, but I'm not really too concerned. Toxic Spikes aren't a huge deal, and here he switches out into Arbok right now to get rid of them. So, not needed, or Ariados can't really touch Arbok, so I switch into Leafeon, and he go for the Earthquake, and that does nothing. Even with a critical hit, it does less than 20%. So I switch out, predicting the Earthquake again, I'm pretty sure, or no, predicting him to switch out, not wanting to stay in, but he has the Gunk Shot, which probably would have hurt Leafeon quite a lot, so it's good that I switched out into the Gardevoir, as he switches into his Persian, predicting him to go for the... Well, I hit him with a Psychic as he switches out. Predicting him to go for the Fake Out, I go into Ariados, knowing that he probably will kill me, but even if he doesn't, that's okay, because I have the Sucker Punch, and that takes him out, so now he's down 6-4, and I just go for a Sucker Punch again, leaving this thing in for Death Fodder, as I go for the Gunk Shot, and he misses. So Here I go for another sucker punch, but here is where I learn out he has the coil. So knowing that my Aridos cannot touch him, and I do not want Arbuck to sweep my team if it gets up enough coils, I switch out again into Lift Leafeon as he goes for the Earthquake again, and that does nothing. But here he's going to go for the, pretty sure it is the Gunk Shot. And with the accuracy boost, he does not miss, and that takes me out in one shot. So that's coming from a 252 maximum defense Leafeon, Bold Nature. Or not bold, the one that lets me raise its defense and lower special attack. But I go into Ditto, and he copy all the stat boosts, and I go for the Earthquake, and it does very little. And his Earthquake does a fair amount more. So I switch out into Aridos' Death Fodder. But he also switches out, predicting me to stand over the Earthquake. So I just go for Sucker Punch to get off some damage off of this Electros, thinking it's not a coil set as his Arbok is a coil set, but I can't be sure. And here it confirms that he is not the coil set because he is the special attacking, presumably choice specs, unless he switches up moves here. No, probably the expert belt now that I think about it. He goes for the odd play of the Giga Drain, maybe just get some HP back, but I go for the light screen. And here he shows me the acid spray, but I'm not really too concerned because now I have both screens up. And I think I go for the Memento here, lowering his attack and special attack on his Sock. I'm not sure why he would do that since my only attack is Psychic, so if we went for the Psychic there, it would have been a good game for Sock. But here I go, thinking that he will go for the close combat or something like that. He will lower his defense and special defense, so I switch in Rampardos to get off a heavy hit of Rock or Head Smash. But I missed the Head Smash, which was, I was quite angry at the time because that Sock definitely would have been dead whether it had sturdy intact or not, because I have Mold Breaker. So there I lose my Rampardos on a pretty risky play, but you know, that's the hacks, and sometimes you just gotta embrace it. It says Pokegame MD anyways, good old Joey. But here I switch in Ditto, just wanting to outspeed him or maybe go for the speed tie and kill him. I knew I'd copy his minus special attack and minus attack, but I knew I'd also copy his defense, which kind of put me at neutral. And here I just leave in Sock to die. And luckily enough for me, he goes for the discharge to take me out, which means Pikachu can come in. And I have both the screens up. I think light screen goes away this turn, but it's not going to matter because I go for the Encore, and he goes for the discharge here, and that will activate my Lightning Rod ability, which raises my special attack. So here he's forced to switch out unless he wants to give me another special attack boost. So I go for the substitute, predicting his switch. And from here, Pikachu behind a sub with +1 special attack. I outspeed the rest of his team as I go for a Thunderbolt here to take out the Arbok. There's really nothing you can do here now. Gorbis cannot come in because it will obviously die to a Thunderbolt. Electros here is going to go for the HP Ice. So yeah, it's a good game here. He really has nothing to do. When I went for the Head Smash on my Rampardos, I really thought it was game over from there. But luckily Pikachu was able to bring it home. I was actually considering taking Pikachu off this team, but after that match I decided not to, because without Pikachu I most definitely would have lost that game. So those are two pretty good games. Pretty surprising Pikachu pseudo sweep there in the last battle, and hopefully I'll be uploading a lot more in the future days. So stay tuned and comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out.